Hi all, I am Jo with Click to Restore, and in this video I'm going to show you how to paint over pieces that have a lacquer finish or any high gloss top coat finish. So after seeing this video you should be able to tackle such pieces. So come along.
Step 1. Remove the hardware and put it in a Ziploc bag so that you don't misplace them. Step 2. Lightly sand and clean it with water or a wet wipe. Let it dry completely before moving on to your next step. Now step 3 is priming. I'm using zebra palm brush and Dixie Belle slick stick for this purpose. This is the most important step that you don't want to miss when painting over a lacquer finish or any high gloss top coat finish. I'm using Dixie Belle slick stick. It is a primer for adhesion. You can also use Sticks bonding primer or Zinsser bin shellac for this purpose. The bonding primer acts as a layer between the paint and the slick surface, so it's very important you cover the slick surface with the bonding primer. Now comes the step 4, painting. Take a brush and spray it with some clear water to damp it and then start painting. The whole purpose of damping your brush is to put on very thin layer of paint onto your furniture. If you put thick coats of paint, it's gonna peel. For this purpose, I'm sharing this hack with you. It is called my sock hack. I just wear a glove, a sock, and just spray with some clear water on it. Then I take a tiny bit of paint and start painting. What happens is the sock does not hold enough paint, and without choice you will be laying very thin coats of paint onto your furniture. So the first coat of paint on this desk was laid with help of a sock. While painting the drawers, I uses the Allen key to pull the drawers out and then start to paint. So you see how easy it is to paint with a sock, and it just evenly lays down the paint on this surface. You will see that there are a few intricate spots that don't get covered, and for that I use the brush. So once I finish painting and covering the entire surface with the sock, what I do is I take the brush, dampen it with water, spray the surface with water, and then I start painting. And here in this video you will see that I have hardly put my brush into the paint can. I have used most of the water because I wanted to lay down thin coat, since it is a lacquer finish on the base and I want a very tough paint job on this piece. So I did a total of 3 thin coats on this desk and 1 coat of Dixie Belle slick stick. So in all, if you're painting over a lacquer finish, I would suggest 1 to 2 coats of the bonding primer and 2 to 3 coats of the paint, and that is good enough to conceal the lacquer finish. Now come the next step, and that is sealing. I'm using a clear coat from Mud Paints, and I absolutely love this top coat now. Why? Because it is thin compared to other clear coats. It doesn't dry super fast, and you can see it's more like, you know, thin milky kind of a substance, and it gives me enough time to play around and get a flawless finish with these top coats. And you cannot beat the dry time of it as well. It just dries so super fast that you are ready to do your second coat of a top coat. But again, you have to wait before you put on that second coat of your top coat. So I waited for 6 to 8 hours and I did 2 coats of mud paint top coat, and it was ready. Now comes the drawers designing part. You see there was a lot of red spray paint on the edges, and I wanted to hide those, so I picked this transfer from Redesign with Prima. It is red in color and I didn't have to paint the drawers, so it saved me a lot of time. I just measured the drawers, cut them, and it was super duper easy to apply the transfer on these drawers, and I found that the combination of red and gray would really look nice. So this was the drawer saver for me. And here is the final look, how pretty they look, right? And I'm going to walk you through the finally staged desk. I use a farmhouse stool, some books, a basket, and these musical sheet. I just burned them with a candle to give them a vintage kind of a look, and a typewriter. So when I put anything on the top of the painted piece, I just put a sheet on top of it so that it doesn't damage the painted piece. And this is how the drawers look like. Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and hope you will be able to tackle your lacquer finish or high gloss top pieces.